Hey beautiful! Welcome back to my tarot channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Roya. I'm an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. Now my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today's not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now, guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading is all about how will you recognize your future spouse. Now, this was a suggestion of one of you guys, so thank you very much for that. As always, my dear, if you have any more suggestions, please feel free to share it with us all in the comment section below. I'm always open for new suggestions, so yeah, please feel free to do so. As always, my dear, I have 3 piles you can choose from, and today I have crystals and cards for you guys. So, this is pile 1 with the Sun card, this is pile 2 with the Two of Cups card, and this is pile 3 with the Moon card. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comment section. And as always, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey pal one, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see. How will you recognize your future spouse? What do you need to know about it? Now, first of all, my dear, I would like to start with some tarot cards. So let's dive straight away into it. For my beautiful pile 1, how will you recognize your future spouse? Let's see, what do you need to know about them? All right, let's start straight away. For my beautiful pile 1, let's get you guys some cards. How will you recognize your future spouse? Okay, the first card we have is the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Pentacles as well. Interesting, the Knight of Swords. The Hermit, all right. The Queen of Cups. Ace of Cups. The Justice card, and let's get you guys one last card. How will you recognize your future spouse? All right. And we have the Fool card. Okay, let's see. At the back of the deck, we have the Hierophant. So for my beautiful pile 1, how will you recognize your future spouse? What do you need to know about them? The first thing I saw with your future spouse is that I feel like there's going to be something about, like when you guys meet for the very first time, their laugh or their smile, perhaps. It's more so their smile, I guess, yeah. It's going to make you feel something. You're going to have a reaction to their smile that's going to be so heartwarming. It's kind of like when this person smiles at you. It comes from such a loving place, and it is so beautiful, honestly, to witness. And I really feel like you're gonna, yeah, it's just gonna feel different. I want to be honest with you guys. It wouldn't surprise me if this was some kind of a like soulmate connection, and it's kind of like when you see them and when they smile to you, they will not only touch you, like touch your heart, but they will touch something much deeper. It's like a recognition, I guess, and it's kind of like you're gonna feel, well, this is someone that I may have met them for the very first time, but the kind of influence they have on me, like the kind of influence a beautiful smile that they make has on me, like it's mind blowing. And I really feel like this person's overall energy, it's very warm, it's very welcoming. This is someone who makes people feel so comfortable. Like it doesn't matter if, there are people in a room who are coming from so many like different backgrounds, or who have had a lot of different experiences, perhaps even people who may look at certain areas of life a little bit different. This person will make all of them feel comfortable, feel welcomed, feel appreciated and accepted. And this is something that, yeah, this beautiful influence, as I said, that this person has on others. And it is so, so beautiful, my dear. It is so, so beautiful. Yeah. And this is the exact same way, or the kind of effect that they're also going to have on you. Even if you guys just met, you're going to feel like this person, it is so easy to open up in front of them. It is so easy to, yeah, be seen and heard by them. This person's energy is so beautiful, my dear. This is not only connected to starting a relationship with them. This is, generally speaking, if you, for example, hear their friends talking about them, you may even see their friends like becoming like bright eyes, and just truly speaking from their heart space about this person. Like this person, it is so easy for them to touch people's hearts, because it makes, yeah, it's just so natural. It is just so natural. Like, oh my goodness. Excuse me, like I really need a moment, because honestly, this is someone who will make you feel special, but in a genuine way. Like they will lift you up, they will lift your spirit up. And that's why I said it's not only about love. Even friends of them will tell you how much, yeah, this person makes a difference in their lives. And it's not only their friends, it may even be colleagues, even people who, they may not be that close to. But even if you're not in this person's inner circle, that doesn't mean that, they can't lift you up, or motivate you, or yeah, make you feel good about yourself. This is a wonderful energy. Now let's continue. What else do I see regarding the question? How will you recognize your future spouse? So, my dear, another thing I would like to say is that this is someone very generous, and this is going to be something that you will see within them. And right from the beginning, I'm hearing it's going to be a huge deal for you. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. When I say they will be generous, I mean that on a lot of different levels. So, for example, this person, they may be very generous with their time, okay? With their resources, with their emotions. Like that's one thing. I know why I'm getting this message, but maybe in the past, you guys or someone, okay, maybe not all of you guys have been in relationships, but some of you may have. But I feel like it's not only love related. We can also experience such things in other dynamics, such as relationships, even. Excuse me, friendships, but it's also a relationship, right? So what I'm seeing is that maybe in the past you guys have sometimes showed to the other person, whether it's a love dynamic like romance, friendship, family dynamic, whatever it's going to be. Maybe you have shown to those people that you are invested in this relationship, right? And you want to nurture it, you want to care for it, you want to make it grow, and yeah, put a lot of love into it. But it was kind of like maybe you were more so the one who was putting the effort, and the other person wasn't really generous with, giving love back or putting the time where it was needed, the energy, the effort. So there could have been some kind of disbalance. And what I find very interesting is that when it comes to your guys' connection, it's so beautiful in the sense that this person will not hold back when it comes to being generous towards you. And once again, especially emotionally, there is something about emotions in here that is so incredible. And like, wow, it's I know why, like, I feel like I'm getting a little bit emotional because it's kind of like, I don't know whether some of you guys have ever experienced such a thing, whether you ever truly felt like you were in a connection with someone who truly, like, you saw the effort, you saw their investment. I don't know, maybe some of you guys, you have been going through life and very often you were the one who was giving, and you kind of felt like a little bit, honestly, not worthy, because like you always gave but you didn't receive anything back. So maybe it made you question, am I not worthy? Like, why are certain people not giving me? Or it's not about you expecting something in return, but let's just take a relationship, and once again, of any sort, as an example. A relationship is between two people, so how can it work if one person is putting so much like generosity into it with their time, energy, love, resources, and so on, right? And the other person isn't. Of course, it makes a person feel some type of way. And unfortunately, sometimes a person may try to find the mistake or the fault within themselves, even though it may have nothing to do with you. You know, you are doing your best. It's the other person who is not as invested as you are, or maybe is struggling with something that, doesn't allow them to be fully in this energy. But I feel like for some of you guys, maybe unfortunately, it kind of made you see yourself in a certain way that wasn't the case. So if someone wasn't treating you the way you deserve to be treated, maybe it kind of made you feel like, maybe that's what I deserve, or maybe I can't get better than that, Like thoughts like this that maybe puts you down. And I want to take a moment and tell you, you absolutely deserve the best, okay? You absolutely deserve the kind of love and appreciation that you think you deserve and that you also give to others. And yeah, I'm very sorry if some of you guys have felt this way in the past before, but I want to tell you, the mistake was not on your side because you did your best, okay? It doesn't matter, let's say, within your family, okay? A certain family member, like, or a certain friend, or a partner from the past. It doesn't matter. You did your best. And I feel like what is going to make such a difference for you here in this energy is that maybe even for some of you guys, for once or for the very first time, you see someone putting as much into this as you are as well. And you feel showered with the no, showered is not the right word. Let me see. I guess you feel appreciated, okay? You feel appreciated. And I feel like you're going to appreciate their generosity as well. You're going to be very grateful for it. This is something beautiful. Honestly, it's something healing. It's something very healing. And this could very well be connected to emotions as well, as I said. Maybe in the past you felt like you were giving like so much emotional investment, but the other person wasn't really appreciative of it, or you didn't really see like they were as emotionally invested in it as you were. I'm also getting some unfair treatment. Like, that's something I'm hearing. Someone has been treated very unfairly. But once again, those experiences in the past do not define what you deserve, okay, my dear? This is something very important. Another thing I would like to say is that, very simple, this is someone who's very hardworking, and this hardworking nature is who they are. It's not only connected to their career, it is connected to their character and honestly like their general being. They are someone who once again in a relationship, they're gonna show you that they invest in it, that it's important to them. They're gonna work hard towards creating a beautiful relationship. Of course, it always takes two, right? It also is gonna take you putting things into the relationship, compromising and stuff like that. But that's not something I see an issue with you. In fact, as I said, I feel like you are maybe even you've been for a very long time the one who has given too much. And when I say too much, I mean like you have given everything, but someone else hasn't given anything else, you know? So there has been this disbalance, perhaps. And once again, when I talk about your future spouse, with them, they give and they are a hard worker. So, as an example, when we talk about relationships, as an example, when we talk about their career, right? I feel like this is someone very busy, by the way. I know how you feel about that, but this is someone who maybe even has a lot of different things going for them, could definitely be more so than one stream of income, or maybe they're doing something on the side that they hope soon to also take off, and yeah, create something profitable for them. But I see them emerged into a lot of different things. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And I really feel like you're gonna be ready for love, and that's a big thing. That's a very big thing. At the time when you're gonna meet your future spouse, you're gonna be ready. And this is gonna be a great indicator as well. When you feel like you are ready for new love, this person will come through. And I really feel like this is, almost like the divine orchestrating this, or having a hand in here, because there could be some divine timing attached to it. But I really feel like your guides want to bring this very great person into your life at the right time. So when they come through, you will be open to it, right? As I said, and you will, be open to a new relationship. Because it's not a good thing, right? Meeting someone great at a time in which we're not ready for love, we're not open to love. That's very unfortunate. It's kind of like two good people meeting at the wrong time. And in this energy, I'm seeing two good people meeting at the right time. All right, that's the thing in here. And once again, I see this so clearly that you're going to be very ready for them. You're going to be ready for love. Another way you can recognize your future spouse, and that goes hand in hand again with they're going to be invested part. They're going to be very consistent and very straightforward when it comes to pursuing you. You're going to see that they're going to be pretty transparent, telling you what it is that they want, what they see for you guys and stuff like that. And what I find so beautiful is that this consistency, that for some reason I feel like maybe some of you guys haven't had in the past, but you're going to see how much they care about you, how much they love you, how much they want this. Another thing, by the way, I talked about the fact that I received a message which was almost like the energy is showing me that you have not been treated fairly in the past. And what I'm seeing is that in comparison to that, your future spouse is someone who treats you very, very fairly. And this is something you may appreciate about them so much. It may even be a trait that is very important to you in having a husband, in a wife, in a spouse, whatever it resonates with you. But they are a very fair person. Like for this person, justice is a huge thing. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're working in the justice field or something like that. Of course, it's a general reading for some of you guys. It could be, but that's not the dominating message I'm receiving here. It's more about their character. It's more about the fact that it doesn't matter whether they're actively working in a field where this is important or not, but who they are, okay? Their values and stuff like that. This is the kind of person that will act like this when they see some kind of injustice unfolding in front of them. They don't even have to be involved necessarily, or it doesn't even have to be someone they know. If they see someone being treated publicly unfairly, this is not someone to just watch and that's it. No. There is something very like noble about them. Like they will act when they see someone taking advantage of someone else, especially those people who see something or someone as weak and like to take advantage of that. Like this may even be something that triggers them heavily. So yeah, you will see them act on it. That's something I'm seeing. Excuse the cut, my dear. I accidentally hit the camera and the camera fell. You guys, I do this all the time. I should stop. Like sometimes I'm using my hands and stuff like that, and then I accidentally throw the camera away. Anyways, let's continue. So moving on from the justice message I got, another thing I would like to say is that I feel like it's more so about you. I'm getting the message that I don't know why it's coming through here, because the intention for this reading is about how you will recognize your future spouse, but still I'm getting a message about you. And I'm hearing when you meet your future spouse, for those of you guys, of course, who haven't met them yet, for others, maybe you already met them. But for those who haven't met your future spouse yet, I feel like you will have been single for quite some time before you meet them. That's another message I'm receiving here. Let me see. I would like to get you some oracle cards. I'm gonna use these cards today. All right, so let's see. For my beautiful pile 1, how will you recognize your future spouse? What do you need to know? Let's see. Ooh, all right, we have 2 cards here. The first card is relax, and the second one is make time for self-love. Wow, interesting. With the relax card being here, this, like for me, this is connected to, I think it was one of the first messages I talked about, right? The kind of effect your future spouse has not on only you, but on other people as well. A very beautiful, bright, and uplifting energy that they carry, and it's very soothing and nurturing towards other people. And I feel like one thing you will see when it comes to your future spouse is that no matter what's going on in your life, like no matter how your day went and stuff like that, when you go home and when you are with them, there's just this instant relaxation that overcomes you. Even if your day has been pretty rough, when you go to your future spouse, I know why I feel like your future spouse is a healer. That's not what I mean regarding their career. I mean, for some, maybe it's connected to that, but it's more so for me about as a spiritual gift, you know? They are a healer and they came here to bring some kind of healing to other people in their own unique way. And it starts with the energy that they carry and how it affects other people. It's very healing, and they just, it wouldn't surprise me if they were interested in certain things that heal people or help people have some kind of increase in their well-being and stuff like that. This could be something they're interested in or something they work with, they like to put their mind or research about when it comes to their free time. But definitely very relaxing person, beautiful energy to have, especially when it comes to you going through some tough time. I feel like they can bring you back to your center. Now, this I feel like is direct message for you. Someone watching this, maybe they need to make more time for their self-love. Maybe you need to do more things regarding self-care, self-nurture. Okay. I also feel like your self-love journey is directly connected to this relationship as well. So what do I mean by that? Some of you guys could be on self-love journeys, but I feel like you will meet your future spouse at a time in your life, as I said, in which you will be ready for love. But it's not only about external love, it's also about the love you have within yourself. You will have a great connection with yourself. You will already give yourself the kind of love that you want also to receive from someone else. It's kind of like you're not waiting for someone else to give you the love you deserve. You're already giving it to yourself. And it makes a lot of sense because we don't attract what we want, we attract what we are or who we are, right? And I really see you being in this love frequency. I see you putting so much love towards yourself that, of course, you will also attract people who will be a vibrational match to it or who will give you the kind of love back as well, right? So, this is something for you to know. I don't know why I'm hearing that this divine timing is definitely connected to self love as well. As I said, it's about bringing you guys together at the right time. So both of you guys are ready for this. And with you, it's definitely connected to the relationship you have towards yourself as well. So definitely look at yourself, my dear, and see whether you are at a good place regarding your self love journey. And if you are in the process of it, it could be a good way to determine like a certain level of timeline. Like if you feel like you're still in the beginning of your self-love journey, then your future spouse, it could take some time still you meet them. And for those of you guys who are at a very good place with yourself, it may come sooner. Like, I don't know why I feel like saying this, but this is exactly the way it's coming through. The timing regarding when you will meet your future spouse is directly connected to the relationship you have towards yourself. You have to become this love for yourself first before you meet a soulmate or someone very significant who will mirror that. You will not meet the soulmate at a time in your life where you hate yourself or where you are disconnected from yourself. You will meet them when you have a beautiful, close connection towards yourself. Now, that doesn't mean it has to be perfect because nothing in this world is perfect and we may always struggle with something, right? But it's about how you see yourself and it's about you giving yourself the self-love that you deserve. Wow. Pal 1. This was a very deep reading. Honestly, I feel like we went deeper than only how you will recognize them. We got a lot of insights regarding you as well and your future spouse as well. So, yeah, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And as always, my dear, I invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you do, my dear, don't forget to hit the bell because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pile one, take care, my dear. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, how will you recognize your future spouse? What do you need to know about that? Now, my dear, first of all, I would like to get you guys some tarot cards, and then we will also get you some oracle cards at the end. So let's see. For my beautiful pile 2, let's see, how will you recognize your future spouse? How will you recognize your future spouse? For my dear pal 2. Okay. The first card we have is the Seven of Swords. We have the Wheel card. My goodness. This card fell. We have the the Five of Swords. I was about to say the Four of Swords. The High Priestess and the Nine of Wands. Okay. How will you, too many cards. How will you recognize your future spouse? Too many. Ooh. Look at that. We have the Lovers. Okay. Okay. And we have the Ace of Wands. And give me a second. A lot of cards fell on the floor. All right. Okay. One last card, please. And we have the Ace of Swords. Interesting, 2 aces in here. All right. Look at that, you guys. At the back of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. Interesting. We have the Lovers and the Two of Cups here. All right, so there's quite a lot of things we need to talk about. First of all, my dear, I can say right from the beginning that this is a person you will fall in love with. You will fall in love with your future spouse hard. And honestly, for some of you guys, it could even be love at first sight. As always, take it how it resonates. Not everyone may believe in that concept, but it's a message I'm receiving, so I need, of course, to mention it, right? But this is something I'm seeing, like, very raw. You guys are gonna meet and you're gonna fall in love with each other. Not only attraction, but I'm talking about falling in love. And this could be something that you guys have never experienced before like this. Maybe in the past you have felt attracted towards someone. Maybe they were very attractive and you felt drawn towards them. But what I'm talking here about is something totally different. Of course, you guys are also going to be attracted towards each other physically, but this is something else. This is something else. And I see this being a mutual energy. Like, both of you guys, you're going to fall in love with each other. And in terms of how fast those emotions are going to develop, pretty fast. Okay, like, you're gonna develop emotions for each other, maybe the fastest you've ever for someone. And this could be a little bit scary or a little bit weird because, as I said, this could be something that you have never experienced before. So it's kind of like maybe your logic is gonna come in and you're just gonna think, like, what is happening? Why am I feeling something so strongly for someone that I just met, or for someone who I don't even know for that amount of, time? And it's kind of like maybe for a second you're gonna, it could be a little bit overwhelming, or you may want to resist it or question it, doubt it, because it's just something I'm hearing out of this world. But you can't deny what you feel, and you can't deny what is happening. And I don't know why, but I honestly feel like, regarding the question how you will recognize your future spouse, you will just know. You will know. We have also the High Priestess in here, and the High Priestess is such a beautiful intuitive card. I don't know, you guys, are you really intuitive, or maybe you're gifted, maybe you're very in tuned? You're gonna have a feeling for it, you know? You're gonna feel like this is the one for me. Once again, you will not be able to necessarily describe why, but you're gonna feel it. It's kind of like a intuitive knowing, and it's something that could be completely in resistance to your mind, you know, to your logic. You may just ask yourself, like, where did this come from? Like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I having those thoughts for this person? Like, why them? I want to be honest. I feel like this could be a twin flame union, or at least a very high, significant romantic soulmate. Okay? With soulmates, we can have multiple ones, right? Also, like platonic, not necessarily only romantic. But if this is a romantic soulmate, then they're going to be a very significant one in this lifetime. Or, as I said, a twin flame. Because this intuitive knowing, I feel like it goes, like it runs much deeper. It's something spiritually that you're gonna feel, that you're gonna tune into. And this spiritual energy is gonna maybe come in conflict with the like 3D kind of matrix mind, you know. But once again, you can't deny it. So you're gonna know. And this is, I feel like, the one of the strongest messages in here, that you will know, which is very interesting because, you know, I guess we came into this reading to get a few like insights regarding certain points, characteristics, or such things, right? To show what it could be that could guide regarding recognizing your future spouse. And of course, we're going to go into this a little bit deeper in a moment because I'm getting much more messages. But I feel like the most important of all is just this intuitive knowing. You're going to recognize that this is something much deeper. Some of you guys could have also been drawn to pile 1 because I got a very similar message as well there. If yes, feel free to watch it. If not, then just as always, just stick with this one here, with this pile. Now, your love for each other, it's gonna be something very intense. It's gonna be something very passionate as well. And it's gonna help you guys open up. Now, what do I mean by that? I feel like for some reason, some of you guys are guarded. All right. You are very protective of yourself. You're protective of your heart. And generally speaking, it doesn't only have to be love related. It could also be generally with, you know, all kinds of people. But especially when it comes to your love life, you're not just someone who opens up easily. Maybe some people think you're hard to get even. But it's honestly who you are. Like, you're not just sharing your energy with everyone. I do feel like, though, this is something much deeper. With the 7 of Swords being here as well, this protective energy could have come from something in your past, something which has triggered this. Maybe in the past you have opened up to people, whether it's love related or not, and they have taken advantage of that. They have proven you wrong somehow. And it has really made you cautious when it comes to who you allow into your circle, who you allow into your life, and who you keep away. And maybe you've been keeping away a lot of love interests or people so far, and it's gonna be a huge thing for you that your future spouse is gonna go through that wall, who's gonna go through that guarded energy. They can reach you, they can go to the other side. And let me see, yeah, this is also something that is gonna help you recognize who your future spouse is. It's kind of like, yeah, it's gonna feel right. Like, you're not gonna have love resistance. You're gonna feel like with this person you're safe. With this person, you don't have to put your guards up the way you maybe always used to. You feel like you don't have to protect yourself the way maybe other people made you feel because you're already safe with them. Does that make sense? I hope I can explain this the best way possible. But a way you can recognize your future spouse is that you feel safe with them. You don't have to guard yourself, you don't have to guard your heart or anything like that, because this person, they won't take advantage, or you are free and safe to share your vulnerable side with them. You are safe with opening up, with allowing them into your circle. And it's going to be something which is going to feel freeing. Because I feel like for some of you guys, you could have been pretty exhausted, from all the keeping your guards up and protecting yourself. And of course, there is nothing wrong with it. It's a form of, I think it's called preservation. Is that right? I hope I'm using the right word here. And I think it's the word preservation. Like, you're trying to protect yourself, right? And well, once again, I feel like you have valid reasons as for also why you're doing it, because you have experienced things that have made you think this way or feel this way. But with your future spouse, you're not going to see it necessarily. And it's kind of like you can finally breathe. You can, like, I'm hearing literally, I'm literally hearing like someone breathing out in relief, because this tension that you're carrying with yourself, which maybe for some you're not even aware of it, you can let it, or you can release it. Another thing I see when it comes to you and your future spouse and how you can recognize them is exactly that. You feel free with them. You don't feel trapped. Sometimes, some people could be a little bit scared of being in a relationship because they feel like maybe they will lose themselves. Maybe they will feel trapped, or there are certain freedoms that are going to be taken away from them. Of course, relationships are compromising from both ends, but you shouldn't feel like you're losing yourself, right? Or that you're giving up on who you are because of the relationship. This isn't what's about. Once again, compromises, yes. Working together to create this, yes, because relationships are not necessarily something easy, right? It takes a lot of management, it takes a lot of energy and stuff like that being put into it, but they should not disconnect you from who you are or what's dear to you or trap you. And if for some reason some of you guys think that this could be something that happens in a relationship, in a potential relationship, or maybe this is something that happened to you unfortunately in the past, which kind of makes you feel guarded a little bit. And I really feel like it's not necessarily only love related, my dear. This can also be maybe in a friendship relationship or in a family relationship, okay? But however it's going to be for you, what I'm seeing in this energy is that this is not what's happening with your future spouse. In fact, once again, with your future spouse, you feel free. You feel like you can be who you are and you can express yourself and you don't feel trapped. And this is going to be a huge thing. Okay, just for you guys to know, this is a great way to recognize your future spouse. You feel free with them. You feel free in the relationship. Another thing I would like to say is that you guys are also going to have a mental connection, which is going to be very satisfying. And in fact, I feel like for some of you guys, this is something you're searching for in a partner, something you want in a partner. You want someone that you can see eye to eye with also mentally. Maybe this is something that you feel extremely attractive when you are connected to someone like that on a mental level, or if there is a mental stimulation here as well. And there's something that I wanted to mention because I feel like it could be something big for someone as well. Like, it's going to be a huge deal for you. This is something maybe that we find so attractive in a person, this mental connection. And your future spouse is very similar. They're also looking for that in a partner, something I'm getting. Now, let's get you guys some oracle cards. I already throw one on the floor. 1 second. I need to pick it up. Okay. So let's see for my beautiful pal 2. How will you recognize your future spouse? Let's see. How will you recognize your future spouse? What do you need to know about that? Okay. The first card we have is Step Up and Lead. Let me get you guys one more card. And we have Trust All Will Be Well. Very interesting. Both earth energy coming through. Now, what else can we get about the question, how you will recognize your future spouse? What I'm seeing is that multiple things we need to talk about. First of all, I am getting so strongly this element of trust, my dear. You will trust your future spouse so much. And it will be easy for you to do that, which may be a surprise for some of you guys. As I said, you could have encountered some people who took advantage of this trust or maybe presented themselves in a certain way, but it was absolutely not what their real intentions were towards you. Like sneaky behavior, fakeness, betrayal and stuff like that. And with your future spouse, it may even surprise you how easy it's for you to trust them. Honestly, that's exactly what I'm receiving here. And you're also going to have a lot of trust in I'm hearing in their lead. So there could be some kind of scenario in your guys' relationship that your future spouse will guide you through something, and you're going to have a lot of trust in that. You're going to have a lot of trust in their judgment and in their decision makings, and this is going to be a huge deal. It could only be one thing. It doesn't mean that they're leading your relationship constantly or something like that, but I'm seeing it's something which is going to be a huge thing, and it could even be early on in your relationship. Something they're going to do which you're going to be so grateful for. I'm hearing it's going to mean the world for you. They may help you with something, and it's going to mean, like, it's going to be a big deal. And it's going to show you that this is marriage material. This is someone who you can imagine having at your side your whole life or as a long-term partner. And this is definitely going to be another huge indicator as for them being your future spouse or a potential partner for you. I also feel like with your future spouse, you're okay with not knowing everything. Like sometimes we want to have figured a lot of things out beforehand, right? We don't like the uncertainty or certain things. With your future spouse, you're okay with not knowing everything. You're okay with not knowing how things are going because you trust in your guys, you trust in your relationship, and you trust in what's coming in the future. Like, you're not gonna have this need to control everything. You're gonna be very happy with going with the flow. Does that make sense? I hope so. I'm trying to explain it as best as I can. So it's kind of like if you guys are someone who feels like they need to control a lot of things, have a firm grip on a lot of different things, with your future spouse, you have so much trust in what's going on that you're okay with letting go of this control and allowing the universe to unfold the things as they're supposed to, and not feel uncomfortable about the uncertainty or something like that. Wow, that's very interesting. My beautiful pal 2, this is all I am receiving for you guys. I am not seeing anything else. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. Thank you, my dear, so much for allowing me to connect with your wonderful energy. And as always, I also invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you do, my dear, don't forget to hit the bell because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload and you pick a card or candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal 2, take care, my dear. Hey pal 3, welcome to reading, my dear. Now let's see, how will you recognize your future spouse? Let's start straight away, my dear. First of all, I would like to get you some tarot cards, and then we're gonna get you some oracle cards as well. So let's see, for my beautiful pile 3, how will you recognize your future spouse? Pile 3, pile 3, pile 3. How will you recognize your future spouse? Let's see. Ooh, look at that. The first card we have is the Moon card, which is your pile card. Interesting. Three of Wands. All right. Six of Cups. One second. One card fell. Oh, a lot of cards fell. Too many. Look at that. The Sun card. Beautiful. Okay. The Star. What is happening? We have the Moon, we have the Sun, we have the Star. Wow. Pile 3. Great energies. Okay. A lot of cards. Too many. Only 1 or 2, please. I know why so many cards come out for you. And we have the World, of course. The Moon, the Star, the World, the Sun. Look at how many major arcanas we have. Like, out of 6 cards, wait, 5 of them are major. Excuse me, 4. But still. Wow. This is an incredible combination. Anyways, let's continue. I'm already getting so many messages, you guys. Let me start. Let's see. How will you recognize All right. We have the 5. Too many. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Let me do this. So we have the Chariot. Okay, and one more card, please. All right. And we have the Page of Swords. Okay. All right. At the back of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So for my beautiful pile 3, I feel like the shuffling took a very long time. But let's see. How will you recognize your future spouse? There are a lot of things we need to talk about, okay? First of all, let me start with this. Let me organize my thoughts. Okay. What I'm seeing is that there is one major message coming through, which is that when your future spouse comes into your life, you will have felt like you've manifested them. So we are having 2 possibilities in here. It could either be the case that your future spouse is someone, like a specific person that you already know that you're trying to manifest back, or this could be a new person. They have certain characteristics, traits about them that you want in a partner that you're trying to manifest, and when they come through, you will see them as, yeah, your manifestation materialized. Maybe you guys are literally trying to manifest a spouse. Maybe there are certain things that you have in your mind regarding what kind of a person it is that you want to marry. And when your future spouse comes through, you're gonna see that a lot of things that you desire in a spouse, your future spouse has. So you're gonna see them as a great potential partner. We also have the Star card here. So certain things maybe you even wish for in a partner, okay? That you're gonna see your future spouse bringing to the table or embodying. Of course, it depends on what it is, but they're gonna come through with that, and I feel like it's gonna be a huge thing for you, because there could be even specific things you have been trying to find in a partner, and it's gonna be a huge thing that your future spouse, for some reason I'm hearing, is the full package. Of course, take it how it resonates, but that's something I'm receiving here. Another thing I would like to say is that your future spouse is going to enter your life in a time in which you're going to go through some kind of completion. I know it's like a very random message, but this is something I'm receiving as well. Now, another thing I would like to say is that with your future spouse, my dear, you don't have to fear how you're perceived, or you can just truly be who you are. And I don't know why, but I'm also getting the message that you can be a child again. Now let me explain what I mean by that. When we grow up, right, when we are an adult and we're entering the adult life and everything that comes with it, a lot of relationships also could be very serious. Now, when I say serious, I don't mean serious in the sense that there's commitment in it, or like 2 people are very invested in it. That's not what I mean by relationship being serious, but I mean like their energy. It's not lighthearted. It may be too serious, not a lot of fun, but more so like responsibilities and just, the adult life basically. And sometimes we may miss those things. We may miss this lightheartedness or this carefree spirit that we had as a child, where we weren't at this point in our life, right? And we may sometimes even miss that, this almost like magical side to life that a child still has, because they feel like the door to the world is open to them. And the older we get, the more experiences we make. This nature, the spirit, kind of, we lose it a little bit. And what I'm seeing here with your future spouse is that with them, you can bring this beautiful, like, carefree side of you back. I feel like with your future spouse, there will be inner child healing. And of course, this can look very different for each and every one of you guys, but it's about you reconnecting with this energy that maybe you have been not only missing but pushing aside because of all the seriousness that comes with, with life later on, right? And I just feel like your future spouse is someone who, they don't care, they don't care if people perceive them a certain way. If something is good for them, they will keep it in their life. And it doesn't matter how old your future spouse is. They may still do certain things that maybe remind them of their childhood or something they used to love, and it just brings them into this beautiful space, and it is so nurturing to them. For example, maybe you will do some kind of activity that you used to do as a child and you loved so much, but you haven't done in such a long time, for years. And when you're going to do it with them, it's going to be such a beautiful experience and also so healing. It's going to allow you to reconnect with, your inner child and this side of you. For others, maybe you're going to start watching certain TV shows you used to watch as a child. It could be anything. But the main message in here is that it's going to be very nurturing, and it's going to be something beautiful to have with your future spouse. You don't feel like you don't have to act a certain way or you have to present yourself a certain way. No, you can be who you are, but also dive into different parts of you that are nurturing to you, that are healing to you, without fearing to be judged for it or not accepted for it for some reason I'm receiving here. Okay, that's just something I wanted to mention. Another thing regarding your future spouse that I also feel like you're gonna find extremely attractive about them is the fact that your future spouse is someone who's very attractive, like very intellectual, very smart. And this is something you're gonna love about them. I feel like your future spouse is very wise and very knowledgeable, no matter how old they are. Wow, and interesting. I received a message because they are so wise. It is even more important to them to connect with their inner child because they understand how important it is and they don't allow the ego to come in the way. Like, once again, maybe someone doesn't want to get in touch with certain parts of their inner child because they're just like, I'm grown up now, like I don't care, like I'm not this child anymore, I'm not going to do certain things that are embarrassing or that people my age don't do. Like, no, I'm not going to present myself this way in front of others. Like certain thoughts, like that. Your future spouse doesn't have those thoughts. What's good for them is good for them, and they see beyond the ego and they see the bigger picture. Yeah. But definitely your future spouse could either be very knowledgeable about certain things, certain fields or areas in life, or maybe this is something generally speaking, they have love thirst for knowledge, they're very curious about things and they love to dive into that, It's very sweet. Like, I feel like you can talk about anything with your future spouse and you're gonna have a wonderful conversation with them, and it's gonna take you somewhere else. Like, you guys could be sitting around in the living room and you don't even realize how much time has passed. Like, you could be having a conversation for hours and it's kind of like you're lost in your own little world, going from one topic you're passionate about to the other, and it's just never ending in a very good way. Another thing I'm receiving regarding the question how you will recognize your future spouse is that your future spouse is going to come forward with a very solid offer. They're going to come through and they're going to let you know that this is exactly what they're looking for. Like your future spouse is going to look for I'm hearing long-term relationship, and they want something secure. They want a very long-term safe commitment, and this could be something that you want as well. So you guys are going to connect there. But it's something I see them definitely sharing with you and offering to you. And I do feel like it's something you want because, they're your future spouse. It's kind of like you're looking for the same thing. But definitely they're going to offer a solid suggestion. And things are going to be pretty serious with you guys from the beginning. Yeah. You're going to take this relationship, you're going to take each other very serious. You're going to see each other as something long term from the beginning. It's not something that you're going to figure out later on that this is someone, I could have this or that with. No. Let me see what else I can get. Okay, I'm receiving a very interesting message, and it's that there's going to be something about your future spouse which is going to come off as very mysterious. Now, in the beginning, I received the message that you will feel like you manifested your future spouse because there will be certain things that maybe you're trying to manifest in a spouse, right? And your future spouse is really going to fit this energy. At the same time, though, there is some kind of mysterious energy surrounding them, which is going to also make them even appear more attractive, I'm hearing. I know, maybe some of you guys are literally trying to manifest a mysterious spouse, but in addition to the manifestation, there are still some areas that they're going to give off as very mysterious, but it's going to be something very positive to you. Like it's almost like you want to figure out who they are. It's going to make you even more curious about them. For some of you guys, there could be certain differences between you and your future spouse as well, by the way. Now, I would like to dive into the oracle cards. Let's see, for my beautiful pile 3, what else can we get about you and your future spouse? What else do you need to know? How will you recognize your future spouse? Let's see. My goodness. One card fell. Give me a moment. Okay. Interesting. We have make time for self-love and know you are loved. Both cards here are Libra energy. One last quarter moon and the other is new moon. Interesting. And both are definitely coming through with the love energy. Make time for self-love. Know you are loved. Okay, I'm getting a very straightforward message. I'm receiving that one thing you will sense being with your future spouse is very simply that you feel loved by them, Like when you are with them, you genuinely feel loved and appreciated. Like there is no second guessing. You don't question whether this person really feels this way towards you. Nothing like that. Like that it's genuine love coming from them. I know maybe some of you guys in the past, you you weren't quite sure about the feelings of the people you were with, or maybe they weren't really as transparent about how they feel towards you. With your future spouse, they will let you know. They're very vocal, and I also feel like your future spouse has a lot of different like love languages, and one of them being acts of service, the other I'm feeling gift giving, and I'm also getting like complimenting, vocalizing how much they care about you. So a lot of different things, and you're gonna know that you're loved by them. This is someone who is very straightforward with their emotions, and they will let you know. Although we have the moon card here, which is all about hidden or secrecy, this is not the message I'm getting regarding their emotions. Like, I'm getting something different. The moon card is giving me a different message. I feel like when it comes to them and how they feel, they are someone who will reach out. They're someone who will let you know. Because this is not someone who plays games. Like, they feel something towards you, they will let you know. They don't have any reason not to come forward. They don't have any reason to play games. I feel like this is someone who's very mature as well, no matter how old they are. They're very mature for their age, and honestly, they ain't got no time for that. Like, they don't have time for playing games and stuff. They just want to have a relationship which, they can create something beautiful with the other person, and they don't have time for drama or secrecy or hidden like agendas, intentions. No, that's not who they are. And that's probably something you don't want either. Maybe you're literally trying to manifest someone who's like that, like a spouse who's like that. Another message I'm receiving is that your future spouse will somehow help you with your self love journey as well. It's kind of like they will give you, like, through the relationship you guys have, they will also bring you closer to yourself. Like, this is literally a message I'm receiving. Through your connection, through who they are, they will also help you to connect with yourself and the love you have for yourself. They will bring you closer. How is that? Like, I'm not getting how, but I'm just getting this message. They will encourage you when it comes to your self-love journey as well. My beautiful pal 3, this is all I have for you guys for today. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And yeah, as always, if you haven't, I also invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you do, my dear, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal 3, take care, my dear.